Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut and I'm joined by Rohan in Paris and Boria Mujumdar. And guess what has happened in the plea of Vinesh Phogat versus UWW? Well, the verdict has been once again, I believe for the third time, has now been delayed till August 16, 6 p.m. Paris time. Boria has all the details. Can you give us the lowdown on what does this delay mean? What's really going on within whatever this case is happening.
I'm actually not disappointed at all. Let me first read out the press release to you. The CAS ad hoc division president has allowed Dr. Annabelle Bennett, sole arbitrator in the Vinesh Phogat versus UWW and IOC matter, an extension until 6 p.m. Paris time on Friday, August 16, 2024. So that's the press release that has come. I'm actually not disappointed. If they had to rule it against Vinesh Phogat and just dismiss the case, they would have done that. I mean, every possible extension means they are going into further detail, trying to figure out what is to be done here. There are more and more considerations. That's the logical understanding of the whole situation, Gargi. Because frankly, if you were throwing the rule book at me, you would say, Boria, here's the rule book, out, case dismissed. There is no chance. But all of a sudden, there is the whole medical angle, there is the human angle, there is the human interest angle, there is the human rights angle, plus there is the rule issue that we have already pointed out as far as the confusion with UWW goes. I am honestly, I mean, yes, this wait is very taxing and anxious, and this is difficult to take because I was actually on the message with everybody, and everybody was telling me the same thing. We can't take it another day. We can't take it another day, and this is people from within the fraternity, within Vinesh's camp, within the IOA. But I actually don't think this is bad for us at all. I mean, this is fingers crossed. Vinesh might just get justice. Rohan, you're at the tribunal or what? Give us something. Go and get the verdict from the tribunal.
अरे it's very क्या बोलूं मैंने it's very as you said it's very taxing since morning we have been waiting for this since and at 5:50 p.m. I was talking with Trishadi. Trishadi is currently in the Hindi live. We were constantly checking the emails of the tribunal, waiting outside, but again as you broke again and different date. So again that famous film dialogue is coming to my mind. I don't want to do that, but yes, it is going tarik pe tarik. But as you said, yes, every angle is being explored in this case, and I think it is going to a positive direction for Vinesh Phogat. Fingers crossed. We are here in Paris till the Paralympics, so it doesn't change anything for us. We will be here waiting. Just Paralympics के अंत तक दे देना भाई. यही this is the only Paralympics के अंत तक दे देना.
ये बात तो सही है. तन्मय साहब भी यही कह रहे हैं. Joke is going on how much.
गार्गी का बर्थडे का सेलिब्रेशन होगा. गार्गी का बर्थडे हम लोग 15 अगस्त को मनाएंगे और 16 वर्डिक्ट आएगा. ये गार्गी का बर्थडे का सेलिब्रेशन होगा.
बिल्कुल. और अगर विनेश के फेवर में आ जाता तो बर्थडे गिफ्ट हो जाएगा फिर तो. Tanmay Sai saying joke is.
I don't think it is a joke. I actually, on a serious note, I don't think it is a joke because try and understand. Bhai বোঝার চেষ্টা করো. If you have to break a rule, you are actually going to set a precedent for all times to come. How do you break that rule? It is a sacrosanct rule of UWW. How do you break that rule here? Clearly, if you have to break a rule, you have to give a judgment which is tight so that 50 other wrestlers and 50 other people who have failed weight do not come and throw it against you the next day and say, hello, what about us? And there are many instances of people failing weight. So if you have to give a judgment either way, you need to go into every possible complexity of that judgment. And that is why I'm telling you what I am. That if this was to be thrown out, if this was to be just dismissed, it would have happened by now. This is not necessarily something bad for India. The more this is going on, what I think is it will lead to something fundamental. मुझे ये लग रहा है कि कुछ फंडामेंटल होने वाला है. Like they will say change the rules. Retrospectively they can't, but going forward they will say as a result of this case, future of wrestling rules based on this part for women might change. This could become a landmark judgment or a landmark verdict in the history of wrestling, is my understanding, because otherwise, this could just be dismissed.
I think this is going to be a historic one, as Boryada said.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Uh, Gargi, how do you feel waiting for the verdict from morning?
I
By the way,
think
both of you, it was our break again.
Yes, yes.
yes. I am I'm waiting, but I'm more what's even the word? I've forgotten words now. But I'm just surprised at how people are still asking about Anwar Ali updates throughout all this, throughout all this time. We get about 100 comments about update on Anwar Ali, please.
अरे अनवर ने तो अभी जर्सी भी पहन लिया इस्ट बंगाल का अब
एग्जैक्टली,
और
अभी
क्या
आप सेलिब्रेट करो अनवर का, फिर 22 तारीख अपडेट देंगे, जिस दिन हियरिंग होगा अनवर का, उस दिन अनवर का আপডেট জরুর দেंगे आपको।
हाँ
अभी क्या এখন কেন চাইছেন? এখন তো আনওয়ার আজকে ইস্ট বেঙ্গলে আনভেল করা হলো, সেলিব্রেট করুন যদি ইস্ট বেঙ্গল ফ্যান হন, আর যদি মোহনবাগান ফ্যান হন তাহলে 22 তারিখ পর্যন্ত অপেক্ষা করুন। ফর দ্য মোমেন্ট লেটস ফোকাস অন Vinesh Phogat, because this is a
Yes.
far, I mean, all said and done, with due respect to Anwar Ali, Mohanbagan and East Bengal, this is a far more important case, the Vinesh Phogat case.
Yeah, अद्वैता इज सेइंग लगे हाथ निशांत की भी रिक्वेस्ट डाल दो, इतने टाइम में उसका भी सोल्यूशन आ जाएगा।
आपको प्रोटेस्ट तब करना चाहिए था अद्वैता, अभी नहीं। अगर
हाँ,
उसी दिन रात को हमने, रोहन था मेरे साथ, अगर गगन नारंग को हमने वहीं पे बोला था कि डाल दो प्रोटेस्ट, करो प्रोटेस्ट। रोहन आपको याद है वो ट्रेन के पहले,
या
स्टेज हम लोग निकलने के पहले गगन वहां पे मिला था। सो
यस
इफ वी
यस
हैड टू प्रोटेस्ट, आई थॉट वी शुड हैव प्रोटेस्टेड देन, नॉट नाउ।
but how do you feel Vinesh Phogat herself is feeling right now waiting for her verdict
एंग्शियस आई बिलीव, मतलब एंजाइटी का तो स्टॉर्म हो रहा होगा, either that or she is perfectly calm because I don't know. I have no idea, but if I was in her position, I would be very, very anxious. Uh, Web of Taragi is saying entry of Harish Salve changed the game. Absolutely. I think that stirred up
uh,
a lot.
I think it is not just Harish Salve, it is the
Hmm.
medical commission, it is Harish
Yeah.
Salve, it is all of a sudden India putting a solid thing together. It is a lot of things. Also, the fact that Vinesh mounted the case. So, from the athlete to the legal representation becoming quality to the medical commission representation, which was done by the Indian contingent, which prompted the medical commission report there, which will be as significant. So, there is a medical report, there is a legal side, and there is a humanitarian side. So, it's not one person who is doing this. This is now a real case of soft power on the part of India, because India is putting in the whole soft power part. That's why it's put in its best legal luminary. It has medically done the case. It has tried to do it internationally. It has now become an international case of recognition. So I think this is now clearly a case of soft power, not restricted to Vinesh Phogat and the silver medal.
Yeah. And Achal Mittal, we have a super chat from Achal. Boria, do you think the Indian government is lobbying hard to get the result in our favor? That's why it's taking time.
See, this is a conjecture, but Harish Salve doesn't come cheap. Now, if Mr. Salve is doing this pro bono, he could well do it pro bono, and it's possible. But come on, Mr. Salve fighting a case, if we think that Mr. Salve all of a sudden comes and does it, can't be, right? Vidushpat Singhania has been appointed by someone. Now the Indian Olympic Association is acting on the behest of some. So there is obviously, there is soft, that's why I said soft power. That is why sport is soft power. It is a clear case of soft power. If the Indian government is lobbying, I see no harm in that. Will they do that? Who knows? But there is clearly a larger game going on there. You saw Mrs. Ambani say what she did at India House. You saw all of a sudden Harish Salve and Vidush came in. You saw the way IOA got together on this after Vinesh had initially filed the case. Clearly, I don't not see a government of India hand. I do see a larger play out there, and I think India has put its best foot forward, and good to see that. Good to see that India has put its best foot forward. On that note, tomorrow let's do a special show. I will, for the first time, reveal hour by hour by hour what happened to Vinesh that night. That it's as good as a Bollywood film. What exactly transpired between 8 p.m. after winning the bout and 6:37 o'clock when she went into the weigh-in. hour by hour, with details: who was there, what was happening, what was Vinesh doing, what was the medical fraternity doing, what exactly transpired. Tomorrow, let's do that show. Let's do a 1 hour special, all details revealed, no holds barred. We will call spade a spade and give every detail. Gargi, you
What
decide the time with Rohan: 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock?
I think 12's good. Oh, but I
12?
won't
Okay,
be
done.
there at 12. I won't be there
So
at
then
12.
let's do it at 5 p.m. Let's do it at 5 p.m.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. I think we should take
Let's do
some
it at
comments and
5
then
p.m.
we'll end this.
5 to 6, we will do this show.
Sure. Uh, okay, so let's take some few comments and end this show because there's not much to talk about right now. Like a lot of people are saying it's Tariq, pe Tariq, Tariq, pe Tariq. Mm, a lot of people are asking Boria sir that what do you think are the medal hopes at this point?
Hmm, I would suggest it's 50-50. Because had it been on Sunday, I would have said 20-80 against Vinesh. Had you asked me on day one, I would have said 10-90 against Vinesh. She needed a miracle. Now I think we have changed the game quite a bit. I think because of the medical commission, because of the presence of legal luminaries, because of all of this delaying, clearly they are going into every nuance, every detail, trying to figure out what's gone on. The Indian representation, and by the way, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but from what I have heard, that the additional documentation that was submitted on Sunday last by 6 p.m. actually favors the Indian side. So the questions that were asked, the documentation that was submitted, from what I know, is not going bad for India at all. So I would suggest it's 50-50.
So do you think any more documentations will be submitted in these 2 days?
No, no. It's done.
That's all done.
Documentation and paperwork is done. Absolutely done. Somebody is saying from 1% to 50% is a big jump. Absolutely. It was 10% or less than 10%. From there to 20% to now to 50% is a huge jump. You now have half the chance. You had no chance. And as I said, the fact that till Sunday, when they asked those additional questions and they asked till 6 p.m. to submit more documentation, uh, from what I understand from my sources and my assessment of the situation, that worked for Vinesh. So wait till the time we give you all the details. I mean, there are things that I also can say and can't say because I've promised some people that I will not till the end of the thing. But this much I can tell my viewers, that this is not going badly for India. It is still a miracle. It is still a miracle. It is still, I would be extra overjoyed, but it's now 50-50.
Yeah. Well, I think we can now close the show because, like I said, nothing more to add on to this tomorrow. But stay tuned to Rev Sports because we'll be coming back with a special show and reveal all the details, everything that went down on the day of whatever when this all went down, and of course everything that happened after that. Surya will give
I
us
think
all the
Gargi has a
updates.
hockey assignment tomorrow. That is why we will do the show at 5, which is 1:30
Yeah.
Paris time, Rohan. So 1:30 Paris time, 5 o'clock India, let's do the show. All details revealed, what transpired that night for the first time on national media. What did Vinesh do? What did the coaches do? What did the CDM do? What did the Indian group do? How did they go about the whole thing? We will give you all the details.
But before
Absolutely.
you end, Gargi, Boya, to you both, have you seen the celebrations in Pakistan after Arshad
Hey,
landed in
yeah,
Pakistan?
18 crores. They have given
Yeah,
him 3 cars, 18 crores, and a piece of land and everything else. So, yes, Arshad Nadeem is the new poster boy.
fantastic to see. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining Rohan and Boria. Rohan, you have a great day ahead. Everyone else, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.